Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about, you know, how it have been like being cleaned by PBS. And I'd like to say that they are the outless broadcast setup. Why they call themselves outless, I don't know. And they are gathering owned. There's not like one owner of it, there's like many owners of it. And then they like to say that the only way they've been afloat since they started in the 1970 YLs is, oh, it comes out of everyday folks. They like to say the healers and the lawyers and the teachers and lawmakers are the ones that keep them afloat. But even then they like to behave like they got these great standards when they're not. What they did to Frying Fisher is kind of sad. But these are the same folks that got a double standard and had Dick Tracy on and said, oh, well, he's from the 4-1 rank, so hey, that's why we shifted a blind eye to anything. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't show any kind of, sex shit. What about dry humping? Oh, we had a low put up with that. And it seems that the folks that are backing us are getting, frightened. Oh, who would those be? And if you're going to say that it's the healers, teachers, and bearers out there, then that's only small slight of who's giving you gout. The other slight of gout's coming from, from the Gaverreich Sherenair law moats. Need be some learned businesses. But don't tell me that, because you had Dick Tracy on many times in the past. Hell, you still play the shit out of that. And then you looked at Frying Fisher and said, oh no, well, we got it out of a double standard here. So don't tell me we can't do that. And I am going to do it. And knowing them, like any folk work, they always get a love and hate kinship of whatever show film they get. It's like a folk work wants to get all the on-look for, hey, look, I got a streaming deal or broadcast deal with this show, or this film, or this play, or whatever it is, and then hate it for everything it doesn't match up to. Oh, we're really ashamed that we even got a deal with you, Jordan, because your shows, well, they do all right in the watch time, but the fighting, the shooting, come on, the smoking, the lovemaking, isn't that the shit that's giving in the good watch time? And if I would take all that out, then you're going to lose all those folks. And no, I'm not going to do that. And if you want to end the deal that we made, well, you go right ahead. That's your own business. Yeah. And at the end of the day, they would like to say, oh, they're kin-friendly, Oh, yeah. Well, if that's true, then TNT and TBS had them beat when it came to being supposed kin-friendly. And don't let them lie to you and say that, well, they're only getting gouged from lawyers and teachers and healers and bearers, because that's only a small slight of where the gouge's coming from. The other slight of the gouge is coming from, the Gaverreich Sherenair law moats. Some learned businesses, I would think. But don't let them bullshit you into thinking that those are the only folks that have been keeping them afloat since they started in the early 1970 YLs. And they keep talking about their golden lifetime. That's another thing I like to talk about. But whatever that lifetime was, at the end of the day, I hardly doubt they're going to get back to that lifetime anytime soon. Because even though they did do a lot of things and good things and had a lot of shows and films on in the past, getting back to your past past, year before. You know, you can't do that.